Alrighty, folks, we're on the road leaving the stadium now tonight as Horatio falls 69-24 to Camden Harmony Grove. Excuse me.
And hey, if you're looking at positive sides, though, that's the first 3-touchdown effort by
Horatio in a year and a half
since Murfreesboro last year.
So that is a positive step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Like the creativity on offense.
Yes.
Very creative. That's the kind of offense I've been waiting for Lance to come out in.
Well, and also, I mean, I'm going to credit them in the second half with really good execution on offense.
Definitely.
They executed really well. I mean, there was some aggressive play calling there, but overall, it's pretty good solid play by your offensive players.
Definitely solid.
And I don't see. I mean, I know that Camden was rotating in
players,
but I really didn't see what you would call a breakdown in Camden's defense. I think it was just well executed offense by Horatio there in the second half.
We talked after Foreman about how good Foreman was, and I told you, put my money on Foreman right now. I'll put my money on Foreman right now to win the 2A state championship. I'd still put money on them to win it. Could you put money on Harmony Grove to win the 3A state title?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they match up really well to other teams that are in the top 10 for the 3A.
Yeah.
I would put them more highly rated than they are now. I would put them inside the top 5. I looked at Hooten's this afternoon. I want to say Camden Harmony Grove was like number 7 or so.
They're a top 5 team.
Yeah, but they're definitely a top 5 team. I mean, you've got the skill and the running there coming out of the backfield that you should be able to play with anybody at that level.
I was surprised Harmony Grove didn't do more single wing tonight. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised that they didn't exercise their pass offense a little bit more. I mean, they made a few attempts, but other than that, they just kept the ball on the ground.
I think they probably saw what Foreman did to them, and they decided to do it to them.
Right. Well, I mean, and I don't disagree with that either. I mean, if you're being successful with the run, stay with the run. But I would think that a top 10 team like Harmony Grove would be wanting to take an opportunity like this game to try to balance their game a little bit more and open up and exercise their pass offense a little bit. But they didn't. They just stuck with the run.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why screw up with success?
Well, sure. And here's the other part. Maybe they don't have the confidence to do that.
Is that a cop car we just passed?
I don't know.
That's either a cop car or an ambulance we just passed.
I don't know. But yeah, I kind of looking back on it now, maybe they really don't have the confidence to do that. Because their passing game, when they did attempt, really wasn't that
great.
It was not impressive.
Glen Rose at home next week. What are you thinking?
Okay, I'm a little optimistic
at
this point with the hopefully with the confidence that you built in your offense here in the second half against Camden Harmony Grove. If you can start with some good momentum in the first half against Glen Rose, like you saw in the second half here against Camden, I think you got a shot at them. I mean, mind you, Glen Rose is coming in, rated more towards the top of the conference, but still, man, if
you're at home, that's going to give you some advantage.
Yeah, it's your last home game. It's senior night. If you can punch them early, depending on how they did tonight against Centerpoint, if they got their confidence injured against Centerpoint, if they came in on a loss from Centerpoint, I think if you catch them on a down night, you might have a shot at making it a competitive game.
Also, but here's the flip side of that: you catch them after they lose to a Centerpoint, though, too. They're going to come down here angry as hell. Yeah, they're going to be angry.
Yeah, if they come down here angry, then yeah, it might be a different deal. I don't know. It depends on what kind of mindset they bring in here. I still think you're probably better off taking on Glen Rose after a loss to Centerpoint than you are if they come off a win.
Yeah, true.
Generally, just from the psychological perspective, but I would just like to see. I would love to see Horatio keep it competitive against Glen Rose next week, even if they don't pull off a win. If they can keep it out of Mercy Rule territory and they keep it within, I would say
14 or 20.
I'd call that a good game for Horatio.